What's going on, YouTube? This is William Cosentino back after about 1 year of not uploading videos. I really haven't had much to record over the last year, and I'm not the type to just turn on the camera and just start talking about whatever. If I don't have anything that's of value, I'm not going to really say anything. So, past year's been kind of weird. Still here, just working, and haven't had much to say, but today I do have something to say. As the title says, I went to the Microsoft Ignite conference. Um, I went for two reasons. Number one, I live locally. It was here in Orlando, Florida, and number two, the company that I work for had a booth there, so I had the opportunity to go and hang out with some of my colleagues there for a few days, and it was kind of a really cool experience. I'd never been to a Microsoft conference before. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, you can Google it. You can go directly to Microsoft's site and look it up. But essentially, what it is just a huge conference that people come in from all over the world for. Literally, people from all over the world. And there was probably 20 to 30,000 people, is the number I heard. And so basically, what Microsoft does is they put on a lot of different what they call sessions about new technologies and products that Microsoft has come out with, and at the same time, they allow vendors to come in and set up booths, and people just walk around and just kind of talk to the different vendors and whatnot. So it's a really good experience. I took away a couple different things from the experience that I want to share with everybody. I think is kind of important. Um, I got to talk to a lot of different people from very large organizations that a lot of you know of, and it's just kind of cool to hear the different stories and experiences that people are facing in their technology groups, in their line of work, in their company specifically. So you get to hear a lot of different aspect and perspectives and things that you just don't do every single day because we all do different things. So I learned a lot of different stuff while I was there just by talking to people. It was a great way to meet, and so it was just an awesome event. So I kind of segue into what I learned and why it'd be a good thing to go to. Now, it's very expensive to attend these conferences. Um, the companies that are represented there, represented there, excuse me, the vendors, they're paying a lot of money for a booth. But it also is very costly for you to go as an attendee and just as a spectator to just go and attend all the different things. There's different levels of access there, but it's very costly. And most of the time, the companies are paying for their IT departments to go there. Okay, but they're paying a lot of money. Um, but it's a great experience overall. It's very how do you say it? Uh, Very fancy, I guess. I'm trying to have a I'm having a hard time describing what it looks like, but the vendors that are there really step up their game, and the booths are looking real cool, and um, it's just a really nice ambiance to be around. It's just rows and rows and rows of booths just up and down. I mean, it was so big I couldn't even walk the whole thing. I just didn't have enough time, so I probably saw maybe a quarter of the entire event. But here's some of the things I learned. Number one, it's a really good place to network. Okay, and I've talked about this so many times in so many different videos, right? You have to build up your portfolio, your Rolodex of people that you know or have come across and have met. Okay, number one reason it's good for networking is for job opportunities. So if you're in the market for different career opportunities in IT, this place is a really good spot to learn. Okay, the reason is because there's so many companies there that you probably haven't even heard of, myself included. There was so many companies there that I had no idea who they were, never never heard of them before, So it's a great way to get some perspective as to what's actually out there in terms of opportunities. Okay, it's a great way to shake hands and meet people, collect business cards and contact information. It's really, really important. The second was what was most profound to me, and might not seem so obvious, but um, every vendor that was there probably had, there's banners up, again in their what you call it, the booths, right? The different banners with their logos and whatnot, right? And their catchphrase. And I would venture to say that most of them had the word cloud somewhere on in their copy. Okay, it really made me realize that the cloud is definitely not going away. Okay, everything is going to the cloud eventually. People are migrating to the cloud in huge quantities right now, and it just made me think. You know what? This ain't a fad. This is for real. Okay. A lot of people a few years ago were, just kind of saying, "Yeah, it's not going to happen." Just a couple years ago, 2, 3 years ago. But I got to tell you what, even the most biggest companies out there are moving to the cloud. They're moving their technology to the cloud. And so it's just a gigantic opportunity for people. A lot of people might think that it's going to hurt the jobs of a lot of us that are in the industry. And I kind of used to think the same thing. But, I've learned a lot about cloud technology, that I don't think there's going to be a lot of displacement in the IT industry. Okay. Yes, the physical components are going away, that, most network administrators, system administrators, DB administrators, all these guys and gals that work out in the field that are actually touching stuff, physical stuff that's on site, on premise, as they say, most of that's going away. However, there's still plenty of jobs for managing this stuff in the cloud, okay? So my advice to everybody out there is that if you really want to continue your career, or you're looking to get into this career, is to start learning the cloud-based software, okay? And the three biggest players, if you don't know, is Microsoft, Amazon, and Google, okay? Amazon, I believe, has the market share right now. Microsoft is catching up to them big time. And Google, if I'm being honest, I have no idea where they are on the spectrum there. But I will say that you should start to learn and start studying some of these technologies behind cloud. And there's certifications for them as well. But the trend is going towards the cloud. There's no stopping it. Yes, there will be companies that might not be able to move everything to the cloud just because of security reasons. However, a lot of the components and software can be managed in the cloud. So that means that, these companies will be able to offload some of it to the cloud, while other areas of their technology will still be in-house, if you will, or in a data center somewhere that they're physically managing. And so it's a big deal. Let's just say that it's a very big deal. So those were the two main takeaways that I got from attending this conference. So I would highly recommend it if you work for a company that has a pretty big IT organization. Pretty big meaning 500 and more employees. I would certainly try to talk to the IT director or whoever manages that place to get a ticket to go to the next year's conference and see what it's all about, and just kind of experience it for yourself, because there's a lot to learn. It's also a good place if you're shopping around for specific technology. It's a great way to learn about what companies and what options are out there for you and your company. So it's an awesome opportunity. Anyways, that is my update for now. I hope everyone's doing well. If you have questions, please let me know in the comment section below. And if it's something that I feel comfortable talking about, I'll make a video about it. And that's pretty much it. Hope everyone is doing great. And we'll talk to you on the next video. Take care.